Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video I'm going to show you guys some square cut returns that I just got back from CGC. Now these were bulk returns. I've been saving these up for years and years. What I'm going to show you here in the beginning, these are all from my personal collection that I pulled from booster packs. It's not all that I've pulled from packs over the years, just a lot of the ones that were not as popular. I didn't see any need to grade them, and for the longest time really the only place I would grade them was BGS. Then there's also some that I got from employees, and then another that I got from a huge collection a while back. Alright, so first up we have Switch. Again, these are ones that I'll pull. All of these I pulled from a booster pack myself. You can see this one actually has two corners that's square. And if you open up a lot of packs all the time, you're going to find quite a few cards that are square cut or ribbed. A lot of times you miss the stuff. What I would do is I would find it when I was going back through cards, because I would put everything in 5-row binders, and then I would make it so that all the cards in the 5-row binders were smooth and flush with each other, and you can very quickly find cards that are ribbed on the top. You can't really see it on the bottom if they're ribbed down there, or if they have square corners, it's gonna stick out, and all you have to do is go through it. And I found most of these that way. As soon as I opened them up, and if I didn't notice it, and then I would find them in the booster, or not in the booster box, in the 5-row box. See a lot of these here. Those got some evolutions, got some Crimson Invasion right there. And crazy enough, there's a lot of these cards. This one right here, like you can see, it's squared off, but there's just a tiny little piece missing. There are so many of these cards that I just let go through as regular bulk that were maybe a little bit more shaved off than that. Like you could tell that they were very close to being what you would consider square cut, but because they didn't have a sharp enough point, I was just like, you know what, that's not close enough. I'm gonna let it go, because it happens a lot more often than you might think coming from booster packs, especially since I was I used to break stuff, but it wasn't like in super mass or anything like that. Way more than your average user, that's for sure, but not nowhere near the amount that's being broken as a hobby collectively. So it would not surprise me if a lot of these come out of just random collections. Got some team up there, and I haven't been breaking much product really in a generation now. I didn't do much at all for Sword and Shield. Sun and Moon was definitely probably the last era where I was breaking down product in mass amounts, but you know, booster box, booster case amounts. Now I do more for, you know, streams and stuff, but even still, that stuff I've kind of dialed back for the modern type product. I've never opened up a Wizards of the Coast square cut, at least that I can recall. There's another 2-corner square cut. The 2-corner ones are kind of cool because they got rounding and square cut. I would say that there's going to be far less of those that people are going to challenge the authenticity of, just because like who's going to go through that much trouble, especially on like a common or uncommon. Like I don't know what kind of value this brings, you know, these cards up to. It'd be more for species collectors. Like I would think Kakuna has a better shot at getting a sale than a semi-poor. I mean, it's a higher grade, but you know, this has been out since base set. It's a reprint, and you know, semi-poor, I'm sure there are people out there who love that one, but I don't personally know anybody who collects that card. Maybe if you are a semi-poor collector, throw a comment down in there. Make sure I know that you are known. There's a double colorless energy. Got some trainers in here. Got a Pokédex, some more evolution stuff. Opened up so much evolutions. And I think Pokemon back then was just cranking this stuff out. There's an energy retrieval. And you guys may remember this one, but this Whimsicott here, I did, like I said, I pulled this one out of a booster pack a while back. I showed it on, I believe it was Instagram. You can see where the card was kind of cut out there. I keep making the table shake, but you can see it goes all the way down. But so I don't know what card that would have been unless somebody's seen a rainbow rare sheet, but they called it a narrow miscut, so I thought that was pretty cool. So that was the last of the ones that I personally pulled. You can see it was all modern stuff. These are actually from a WotC employee. I had a bunch of these Neo Discovery commons. I think I had 6 to 7, or it might have been less than that, because I believe there's 20 cards in the set. might have been 4 or 5 complete sets, something like that. And I sold off several of them. I think I had a set and about 2/3 left. Now I kept the highest grade that I had for each of the cards for my personal collection. Then I have a few of these that I will be putting up for sale in time. They may already be up, but I doubt that just because I have so much stuff ahead of them. You can see right there. But they came straight from a Wizards of the Coast employee, same guy who did the Neo Revelation hollows, or the one who sold them to me. This was my only 10 from all of the square cuts I've ever graded. I thought this was really neat to see a 10 pristine on a square cut card. And I graded quite a few square cuts from my personal collection that I've been saving up for such a long time. I didn't think you could actually get a 10. And then I saw that on the Mareep, and I was like, wow, the only 10 that I was able to get. There's the Poliwag, got Sentret 9.5, a 9.5 on the Spinarak, 9 on the Teddy Ursa. I wonder if you can get a perfect. There's a 9, 9.5. And I remember auctioning a lot of these off. Back in the day when I first got these, I believe I was selling them for like 20 bucks a piece or something. And, you know, I definitely think they're worth more than that now. I haven't seen any more Neo Discovery commons come through. Like I've got an uncut sheet for the commons. I've got one for the uncommons and the rares as well, non-holo, but I've never seen a holographic Neo Discovery uncut sheet, even though we have there is documentation of Neo Discovery holos that were given from WotC employees. I believe that one of them might have been from a prize or something. I also did grade some of these Kangaskhan square cuts. These were my best 2 grades. Got a 9 and 9.5. I believe I had quantity for both of those grades, but I did have some lower grades as well. I'll probably send those either to auction myself. Might put them in buy now. May send them to Z&G. I really haven't decided yet on that one. Next up we have Gyarados. You can see some of them did get the OC grade, and you can see right here this one was an 8.5. The centering got OC. You can see how far off it is, and then it graded the other 3 out. You can see these should all have TCA Gaming Collection on them. Now I had very few of these off-center ones, but I am highlighting these because I think they do look pretty cool. There are some you can see. Usually they're shifted one direction, but not both directions. I didn't have any that ran off the card. Sometimes you see that. And these are some of the worst OC ones, so I thought I'd show that to you. And then the 9.5s, these are some of the best graded ones. I think when I bought them back in the day, I got the cards for roughly, it's like $5 a holo, but it's been a while. It's been quite a long time since then. Got an 8.5 on this Ninetales. See how this one shifted down a little bit. I think I've got a 9 OC in here as well. There's a regular 9. That one probably could have qualified a little bit for the OC. There's the 9 OC. I think the way they do it is if it shifts it down 2 grades or something like that, then it gets the OC qualifier. And there's a 9.5. I got very few 9.5s in comparison to the 8.5s and 9s. But guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll have some more hopefully very soon.